Welcome to the John Prosser Appreciation Channel. But here's leaked some new information about a product that Apple are doing in the next year or so. And it is something that has been spoken about for years, maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe even more. There's been concepts of it, there's been rumors, there's been forums, there's been everything about this except any actual information. But now we have that information thanks to John Prosser once again, and it looks like this is actually going to happen. But first, let's remember back to 2013, which seems now like a lifetime ago, but Google introduced Google Glass, probably a massive failure for them, but it was something that was interesting. It was something that people hadn't done before. We've seen it since slightly with the Snapchat glasses, but no one bought them. But now Apple is going to get into that fairly empty ring and release their own version of this, and the name is Apple Glass. That is according to John Prosser, and he also said that this was going to be announced at the end of this year. So at the iPhone 12 event, the idea was to release the iPhone 12, talk about the Apple Watch, and then before the event finished,
we do have one more thing.
And then that is when Apple Glass would have been announced. But because of the way the world is and how broken it all is at the moment, that seems like it's not going to happen this year. Because of that, it looks like that this is going to be pushed into the start of 2021. And the reason that Apple would rather release this in 2021 is that the hope that there can be some actual journalists and press in the room, because this is a big launch for Apple. It's a brand new product and it could be revolutionary, almost like the iPhone was or the Apple Watch. And you want to be able to release this product and have an audience there, engage their reaction from the first second that they see it, and then maybe have a look at a really early prototype for people to get hands-on with, and then just start creating the buzz about it and making videos and having all that chat. So that is why this is being pushed slightly to 2021 and not being announced at the iPhone 12 launch like it was originally planned. Pushing it back though is not bad, because this was going to be announced at that iPhone 12 launch, but then wasn't going to be available at the earliest until the end of 2021. So that means that having the announcement pushed to the start of 2021, which means that we will get hands-on with Apple Glass quicker when the announcement is later. There are a few things that we know about Apple Glass already, but obviously that can change because nothing is set in stone yet. But the rumors are, and this came from John Prosser as well, of course, that the price of Apple Glass is going to start at $499, which is way cheaper than I was expecting something like this to be priced at. And pricing it at $499 means it's more accessible to other people. And as this is a first gen product, Apple will want as many people to buy it to test it so they can make it better and fix issues for later gens of it. And when it is actually released, it's going to be solely reliant on the iPhone. It means that everything that comes into Apple Glass will come from whatever iPhone is about at the time. So there's not going to be a huge amount of stuff that you can do with Apple Glass on its own. You will always need to have your iPhone tied to it, a little bit like what you needed to do with Apple Watch. There will also be no camera on Apple Glass, which is a really good move, because I think that was the downfall of Google Glass, amongst other things, that people didn't like the idea of having a camera pointed at them at all times, not knowing whether someone was taking a photo or recording you. So Apple are not going to have a camera on the initial first gen version of Apple Glass, but they will include that LiDAR sensor that will be on the iPhone 12s and that is on the iPad Pros at the moment. Privacy is a big deal for Apple, it's a big deal for us, it's a big deal for everyone, so not having a camera on glasses that could be recording you at all times is probably a good move. The charging of Apple Glass will be done wirelessly, so there'll be no cables you have to fiddle around with and plug into the side of it or anything like that. And it makes me think, if it is wireless charging, then Apple will make its own wireless proprietary stand maybe for these glasses to go on, something you just pop them on overnight and they charge whilst you're asleep. Who knows? Talking about Apple Glass though is really exciting, because this is the future. This is what you see in films and think, oh, that would be cool to have, but the future is happening now, and that's why Apple is so exciting as a company. And can you imagine just walking down the street in a place you haven't been before, using maps and it's telling you exactly where to go, or you could give it to like doctors and have them use it for something useful. This is exciting news. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like as well, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, see you later.